A few years ago, the Celtic tiger was roaring. Now it's a wounded beast and its suffering is far from over. Ireland's economic miracle was based on a plentiful flow of cheap credit, which fueled soaring property prices and sparked off a development boom. But 2 years ago, the property bubble burst in a spectacular way, leaving the cranes standing idle and Ireland's banks nursing huge losses. The government had little option but to step in. It nationalised Anglo-Irish Bank and propped up 2 others, and the cost of that is still mounting up.
The banking sector is in a much worse state than expected. The government spent much more money bailing out the banks than was expected. The government deficit is going to be skyrocketing this year. Our estimate is 26.5% of GDP, which is by far the highest level in the EU. So it's a lot of bad news for the banking sector and the government in general.
The Irish government has already raised taxes and cut public spending in a deeply unpopular effort to bring its huge budget deficit under control. It was a painful process that provoked demonstrations on the streets of the capital last year. But it may all come to nothing if investors decide that Ireland remains a risky bet and push up the cost of borrowing. If that happens, the government in Dublin may have no alternative but to go cap in hand to the IMF and the European Union. Theo Leggett, BBC News.